So hello, this is going to be a random ramble. I have several things on my mind. Let's start with, I'm feeling a little low in spirit, so I don't look the best and I don't really care. I'm not trying to impress anyone really. I think it's really funny how a lot of things on social media, for instance, they try to create this illusion, right, for you to buy into, like makeup, clothes, cars, backdrops, make it look real good so they can sell their idea, their concept, and they have willing buyers. I feel like 90% of the world is so dysfunctional, they just don't really think about it. They just go off of sensory perceptions and buy stuff. They don't really sit back and allow themselves, they don't allow themselves the time to properly digest what's being presented to them before they buy into it. And whether it's detrimental or beneficial to them, really. Yeah, I'm gonna try to create anything, really. I'm just trying to be me. And that's another thing that's tied into this subject. We've been socially conditioned, right, to control us and to mold us into what someone else wants you to be. How is that even, healthy? So you have all these people who don't even know how to use their own mind because they've been conditioned not to use it. They've been conditioned to parrot information, pretty much. Recycle information instead of create and become who they are. And then we're living in this world, and then we wonder why we have INFJs, or a lot of people who relate to our personality type are really unhappy. It's because we're trying to be real in an imaginary world. That's what I feel. You can't even make real connections or real relationships because half of the people have bought into the delusion, right? And then when you try to make a connection and keep a connection, it usually falls apart because the other person isn't even aware of their dysfunction. I'm aware of my dysfunctions and I'm constantly working on them. I know what is good for me, what is not, why I do the things I do. I'm constantly picking it apart until I really reach something that has some validity to it instead of just taking things at face value and buying into it. And everybody wants, you to be happy, but you can't really be happy, unless you're fucking happy with yourself. And if you haven't even explored that, then all I have to say is good luck, man. Trying to find genuine happiness. You're not even being your genuine self. And you're not even participating in genuine relationships. And that's why we are alone, because that's what we seek. We want that. We're searching for something that I feel doesn't really exist in this realm of existence. I was thinking about it. Yeah, you could get sad about it. I do. I get sad. I get sad thinking about the way this world is. And then I think about all the past relationships that I had and how they failed and where I went wrong and what happened. And I came to the conclusion, okay, so this is what's going on. We participate in these relationships and, we have our own dysfunctions. The opposing party has their own dysfunctions. We're working on realigning and rebalancing and reintegrating, everything so that we can be a more holistic and healthy human being. And the other person is oblivious to it because they don't think as deeply as we do, or they don't put in the work as much as we do, right? But we're expecting them to meet us where we're at. But they can't meet us where we're at because they're not even aware of their dysfunction. but we are. But we don't say anything because we don't like conflict, because we like harmony, because we don't want to stir the pot, because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I came to the conclusion that hurt is an agent for growth, and hurt is necessary. Think about it. We feel so much hurt. We feel so much hurt all the time, you know? And we don't want to expose other people to the hurt, but maybe we need to expose them so that it can shake them up into awareness, and then they have opportunities to meet us where we're at and to grow and meet their potential, meet the potential that we can see inside of them. But if we never open our mouth, if we never put ourselves out there, put ourselves out into an uncomfortable situation that may create conflict, which may create pain, then we are going to leave people behind and leave them in the place that they're at, instead of giving them that opportunity to grow into a more holistic human being. You know? So I've been so tired lately. So world weary. That the few relationships that I do have, instead of allowing these people to continue to be dysfunctional, instead of waiting patiently for them to finally grow up and meet me where I'm at, I've been voicing my opinions. And it's funny. It's been shifting things. Like, in a way that I really didn't anticipate or expect. And the thing is, like I said, if they're not aware of the dysfunction, they can't fix it. But if you make them aware of their dysfunction, they have the opportunity to fix it, you know? And when you allow yourself to do that, yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it might create conflict. Yeah, it might hurt them. But at the same time, like I said, pain is an agent for growth. And when you allow that type of situation to unfold, you give them the opportunity to understand and to become aware and to, you know, make necessary shifts and changes to become a more holistic being, instead of just leaving them in the dark and just burning your bridge and slamming the door, which we are accustomed to doing. Because I think, yeah, we see people's potential, we give them the benefit of the doubt, but if they're not aware and they can't make the changes because of the lack of awareness, because we're not giving them that information, you know, they're not meeting our expectations, we just, you know, ice them out. And then nobody really wins. You lose a good friend, and they lose the opportunity to grow into a better human being. We have the insight. We can tell them, but we withhold it. That's where we are faltering, you know? I just got to a point, I think I lit my hair on fire, oh well. I got to a point where I've been so exhausted, so world weary, that I just had to, I just have no way of filtering my thoughts to some extent. And so I've been confronting people, and yeah, they've been like, whoa, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't know I was doing that. I care about you. I'm going to try and change. And they have. So, yeah. We got to start talking more, INFJs. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, they might misinterpret it. Yeah, they might not be able to decipher what we're saying, but at least we're putting ourselves out there. We're getting the information out, and then just stepping back, having no expectations. Just distribute the information and step back with no expectations. If they choose to grow, cool. If they don't, cool. Nothing personal. But we did our part. We gave them the opportunity to do their part, instead of assuming that they would and having false expectations and not getting our needs met and then leaving it all behind. You know, we don't even give them the opportunity to meet our needs, because I think to some extent it's a form of arrogance and pride. We don't want to admit that. A little bit of fear. Yeah. So that was my rant. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. And even though I don't feel really well, I know it's just a cycle. It's just a phase. I just need to be patient. I just need to let it move through me so that I can discard what is no longer necessary or valid, integrate the stuff that is, and become a stronger and more holistic human being. And if you think about it, the trees, yeah? So we have seasons: winter, spring, fall, summer. So the trees know, and we're so attuned to nature, we should be listening to it, right? So in springtime, all the new blossoms come out. Summertime, they're at their all-time high, and then in the fall, they lose their leaves, lose the flowers, and in the winter, they go into some type of rest phase, rest mode. That's where I'm at. I'm in my rest phase and my rest mode. And I'm just giving myself the time for self-care, self-reflection, rest, so that I can be rejuvenated in the springtime, you know? But I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to be, why am I depressed? Why am I feeling this way? This is wrong. Why is it wrong? Because you've been taught that it was wrong to feel your feelings, to give yourself rest? Come on. I just feel like, you know, like I said, they've been trying to condition us to be something we're not. Just be who you are. All these books, all this information, for what? If you don't even know who you are and what to apply and what to discard. Anyways, we choose to be alone because we choose to release relationships that could potentially flourish, because we don't tell people and we don't help them to grow into awareness. You know, that's our gift to the world. Are we using it? Are we not using it? Either way, it's okay. You know, we all have the freedom to choose what we want to do, what we want to experience. And all are necessary in order for us to become. Amen.